Happy quarantine crafting. So one of the struggles this weekend was when my latest supply of wool arrived. I found out that the chunky, bulky weight that I was expecting actually arrived in something that was a completely different weight. So obviously I can't continue working on the same project with these two very different weights of yarn. So hopefully this large bulky yarn is actually comprised of 3 separate strands. So I thought, why don't I just separate the strands? Easy peasy, get on with my knitting. However, if you've ever tried to just unspool some yarn, you might have resulted in something that looks like this. But there's an easier way. So let me just show you this quarantine craft hack for separating the threads. What you'll need is some sort of rolling pin or dowel or cardboard tube, a plastic bag, and a twist tie. You will put the wool that you're trying to separate inside of the plastic bag with the thread coming out the top. And you're going to use the twist tie to close the bag just around this string. You're going to need to get the twist tie on quite tightly so that the yarn doesn't readily come out of the bag. You might need to experiment a little bit. So you'll want it to come out a little bit, but not too much, because you're going to be using the weight of the bag to help spin the yarn around. One other small tip, when you're putting the yarn in the bag, if you're able to pull from the center, it will help when you're unraveling so that the ball doesn't have to keep turning over in the bag. It's not the end of the world, it's just a little bit more convenient. So then you will just start to pull the strands apart. So you have the strands. So in this case, there is actually 3 strands that have been wrapped together. This is a little bit easier if you just have 2. But what you're going to do is, and you can use a piece of tape to affix it to one end of your pin. So you separate it, and then you simply use the weight of the bag to allow it to spin whilst you roll it up around the rolling pin. Look at it go! So exciting! Oh man, best hack. Et voila! A beautifully separated spindle of wool. And the last step would be to just pull off your yarn off of the end of it and create some nice new little balls so you can keep on with your knitting. Have a lovely crafternoon!